Hello everyone, this is Kamrul Hassan Dinar speaking at Ingleb IELTS Online. My today's video is about how to improve our speaking English, how to become fluent in English in 3 to 6 months. It's really tough for many students to become fluent in English in such a short period, but I have 3 steps which are proven that really help you get fluent in English in 3 to 6 months. So what are these steps? Step number 1, reading. So why do I need to read to become fluent in English or to become fluent in speaking? Okay, it's a good question. Actually, reading is called the mother of language. When we read, it helps us formulate the structures, the words, phrases, collocations in our head in an organized way. Okay, so our subconscious mind pick all of these things. So if you have a habit of reading, if you read on daily basis, it obviously helps you become fluent in speaking. So what to read? If you are a beginner, if you are still struggling to start how to speak a sentence in English or how to speak out loud, you are so nervous, you cannot speak, you cannot make a sentence. In that case, I suggest you to read storybooks, okay, which are written for kids books only. You can read fairy tales, okay. You can read kids stories. These books are available on in market. You can go there, you can buy them. So read them only, okay? Read over and over. I suggest you to read at least half an hour to 1 hour every day. And when you read, you can underline some unknown words. You can underline some grammatical devices like the uses of modals, tenses, voice. And then you have to read the same story or same page at least for 3 times. So if you repeat reading the same material for 3 times or 4 times, it helps you to pick the language devices that is used in reading material, and ultimately it helps you pick words, phrases, also grammatical structures from the reading. So how does reading help me speak more fluently? As I said earlier, your subconscious mind picks everything from reading. So if you have a good habit of reading, ultimately it helps you become fluent in English. And step number 2, this is the most important step. You should not skip this step because this is what actually makes you a good speaker. This is called parroting. You have to listen to a lot of native speakers. So you have to listen to every day on daily basis. And after listening to them, you have to parrot, okay? Like you have to do parroting, what is called parroting. So what is parroting? It means repeating after them, imitating them, okay? For example, if you listen to an interview of a duration of 10 to 15 minutes. So as you are listening, you should be repeating after them, okay? For example, if someone says in the interviewers in the audio that hello, how are you? You have to repeat after them that hello, how are you? This is called parroting. So if you're a beginner, I suggest you to watch or listen to some kids stories. These are available online. You can also start your listening practice or parroting practice by listening to IELTS listening module. I would like to suggest you to start with IELTS listening section 1 only. So in the section 1, you will see a conversation between 2 persons. And you will have the tape script or script of this conversation at the end of the book. You have to look at this script. You have to have the script in front of you, and then you have to play the audio. And as you listen, you have to repeat after them, and you have to do this practice for 3 times. Okay, so in doing so, you are actually repeating after the native speaker or native speakers, and it is as if that these speakers were your teacher. Okay, they're teaching you how to speak. For example, if you are repeating after a non-native speaker, non-native teacher, still it's a good practice, you are learning some English. But if you are repeating after a native speaker, you are learning better English, because this is their language. So if you repeat after a British speaker or American speaker, you will be benefited in many ways. Okay, for example, you will have good pronunciation. It is also possible for you to pick a particular accent, although it is not necessary. It is easy for you to pick collocations, which is very important to become a good speaker, and it helps you pronounce a word or a phrase correctly. Okay, so do this. Listen to the native speakers. If you are a beginner, start with IELTS listening section 1 or part 1 only, or if you want, you can start with kids listening stories. Okay, or you can watch some animation films. You can work on these animation movies. A movie is a big, I think it's a big deal. You cannot watch an entire movie and repeat after it always, because you don't have enough time for this, I know. In that case, you can divide a movie into 6 parts or 10 parts. For example, if a movie, an animation movie is 100 minutes, in that case you can divide it into 10 parts. So per part you will have 10 minutes. Okay, just 10 minutes. So for these 10 minutes exclusively, you just cut it and then listen to the conversations, okay, in this clip. And after listening to it, then start repeating after them. Okay, so this is the best way of practicing speaking. And if you think that you are at intermediate level or at advanced level, in that case I suggest you to listen to TED Talk, listen to some interviews, okay, which are available online. You can watch London Real shows, you can watch movies, you can watch BBC documentaries, okay, Deutsche Welle documentaries. There are lots of documentaries out there, okay, which are available, and you can work on them. Okay, these are I think good materials for those who are in intermediate level or higher intermediate level. And this obviously help you to move ahead, okay, to higher level, to advanced level, or to higher advanced level. And so what is paraphrasing? When you listen and when you repeat, then after listening and repeating, you have another task. This is called paraphrasing. For example, an audio tape is going on, I'm listening to it, and someone is saying, "Hello Lisa, how are you?" Then what is parroting? You are just repeating after them, "Hello Lisa, how are you?" And what is paraphrasing? You have to say that someone asks Lisa that how she is. This is called paraphrasing. It means you are not just repeating after them word for word. You are not just copying them or imitating them word for word. You are listening to them, then repeating after them, and also you are using your own words to describe the scenario or the conversation. Okay, using your own words. So paraphrasing is actually using your own words. You are actually explaining it, describing it. You are not repeating anymore. Okay, so this is called paraphrasing. So these two things are very important. Listening comes first. After listening, you have to repeat after the dialogues or conversation, and then you have to paraphrase. And it helps you become a good speaker. in three ways. First of all, it helps you pronounce better. It helps you pick collocation, native expressions, and it helps you pick accent. Okay, a particular accent if you want to work on. For example, if you regularly listen to British speaker, then it is possible for you to pick British accent. If you regularly listen to American speakers, it is possible for you to pick American accent. So I suggest you to do this. Don't skip this step. This step is very, very important. And then the last step, step number 3, thinking in English. This one is actually difficult for the beginners. Okay, so I don't suggest you, if you are at beginning level, don't do this. But if you are at lower intermediate or high intermediate level, I think it is very effective practice for you. You should start thinking in English. Okay, so when and what to think, actually when and what to think. Excuse me. The best time for you to think in English is in the morning or at night, okay, before going to sleep. So what to think in the morning? In the morning, I suggest you to think about the things that you are going to do on that day, on that particular day. For example, I just have I have got up from the bed, and right now I don't have anything to do. I'm just in the bed still, and I'm awake. And at that particular time, I can think about my day. Okay, what am I going to do? I have to go to office. I have to meet someone. Okay, I have to do something. So you have to think one task after another task, one job after another job, and you can easily spend 15 to 20 minutes, okay, by thinking only. And when you are back at home, when you return, and when you go to bed, just when you are in the bed and waiting to sleep, you can think about your day, okay, the entire day that you have passed, and the things that you have done, like when you got to the office, when you met someone, okay, when you did something particular, or things, the good things that you did or the bad things that you did. So these are the things you can think of, and I think you can easily spend 15 to 20 minutes, even 30 minutes thinking about your entire day, okay. And you can also add something to think about your next day. Okay, you can plan your next day before going to sleep. So these are the things you can do on daily basis, and I think that if you combine all of these things, it takes roughly 2 hours every day for you to practice these 3 steps. Step number 1, reading. Okay, you can spend 30 to 40 minutes every day. Step number 2, listening, parroting, and paraphrasing. You can spend 1 hour every day. I should suggest at least 1 hour every day on these things. And step number 3, thinking in English. You can spend at least half an hour every day. So if you do these things on daily basis every day, okay, every day, and if you continue this practice on consecutive days for 5 months to 6 months, I'm pretty sure that you will be very fluent in English without any help, or without the help of partner, just by yourself. So what about starting this from tomorrow? Okay, just start this practice from tomorrow. I think obviously these strategies and these steps will help you become a fluent speaker. Thank you very much for watching this.